like that. Woo!
What's good, everybody? Welcome to the Pull Up Show. My name is BJ Matthews, aka B Jizzle. Before we get started, follow us on the YouTube page, the Pull Up Basketball Podcast. Like, share, subscribe all of our YouTube videos. Hit that notification bell by subscribe button and get all the updated content when we drop it. Let's get it popping. All right, y'all. Like I said, you know what I'm saying? You guys want to give y'all like, share, and subscribe on the video as well as in the ticker. You guys can see $ BJ Matthews. Again, that's $ BJ Matthews that y'all can check out all our videos. You can donate, show your love to the podcast if you choose to. And all in all, man, you know, this is a week we talk about the Clippers, man. Dedicating this whole week to the Clippers and, you know, giving them some type of, you know, support, some exposure. I got a lot of Clipper fans, like I say, continuously on my panel. Too many to name out, but yeah, we taking this opportunity to, you know what I'm saying, give love to the LA Clippers and talk. And also, if, you know, you're a team that is critical of Clippers, we're giving that information too. Again, this is an informative channel. You know what I'm saying? We talk basketball. I make sure to get on here and give y'all real quality work, man. Because I'm not the type, I don't like coming in here and like not having no real, what's the word? No real quality for y'all. I'm just gonna leave that quality. But you know, this is a subject somebody actually my last video last night, we talked about the Clippers, the battle of LA between the Lakers and the Clippers. And basically one of my people in my comments were talking about saying like, hey, you should do a video on the Clippers, you know, their scheduling and how you feel like the Clippers, does the NBA hate the Clippers? You know, so I was like, you know what, I'm probably gonna do that probably either tomorrow or Sunday. But today I'm gonna actually do a video basically talking about this Clipper curse, man. Listen, if you have either followed the Clippers or you've or an NBA team in general, you've heard about this curse that the Clippers have been having for an amount of years. Salute, little bro. Salute, East Oakland. What's good with you, bro? Appreciate y'all coming here, hit that like button. But this Clipper curse has been, spewing around for a number of years, man. You know, I'm gonna go through a lot of different scenarios, a few different scenarios, and I'm gonna get y'all in and get y'all opinions. But the Clippers are no stranger to, disappointment. You talk about injuries, you talk about, bad ownership, you talk about blown 3-1 leads, you talk about bad coaching, you talk about, unexpected absences because players either get sick or whatever. They've went through it all, man. Like they're a team that has not won a championship. I think the Clippers, they go back until, like, I want to say the 60s or 70s. I know they were in San Diego for the 70s and part of the 80s because that's where I'm from, San Diego. So they used to play in what they call the San Diego Sports Arena, in the outskirts of San Diego. So the Clippers, before we went to LA, had, other places they were in. But for a long time, people really didn't take the Clippers seriously. You know what I'm saying? As I told y'all before, the Clippers were the Lakers' little brother for a long time. And to some people still are. Because either they have not won a championship or because they've always, been the Lakers' shadows, or how they have to always share the arena with the Lakers. Like back in the 2000s, man, the Clippers were a joke. Like nobody really respected them. Like they were exciting to watch, you know what I'm saying? With Darius Miles, y'all could see, Lamar Odom and Elton Brand. But in the 2000s, they were just that team that, give you some highlights, here and there. They didn't get much TV time unless they were playing the Lakers. Hell, I remember playing against them on NBA Live. Like, I never was the Clippers, bro. Like, they were just, they just weren't good. Let's just be honest. Like, there's so much even stuff deeper, like how they had no real practice facility. The Lakers, they had an actual practice facility in an area called El Segundo, which is like, in a nice part of LA. Lakers had a practice facility in the 2000s with Kobe and Shaq and, that championship team. They had all the fans, all the perks, all the women. The Lakers always had everything. They were like that spoiled child that just got their way all the time. You know what I'm saying? Because they had the championships to back it up. And the Clippers is that team in the basement that, people call it per se. And basically at the end of the day, like they never got their true just due because they're basically overlooked. Nobody really, the Lakers didn't look for them as a threat in the 2000s. I mean, if we're gonna be honest, that's when the Lakers were winning championships with Kobe and Shaq. Um, that's when you had celebrities like Ice Cube, Snoop Dogg, um, you know, in the list, George Lopez, the list goes on and on. Jack Nicholson going to all the Laker games, Denzel Washington, who all the stars showed up to watch the Lakers play, right? So the Clippers are watching this in the 2000s, and like nobody, the Lakers really had no issues with the Clippers because I mean the Clippers sucked. Every time they would play them head to head, the Clippers will always get their head busted. But and which is funny because the Lakers always talk about how the Clippers are the little brother and how they always beat them back in the 2000s. But now since the tables done turned and the Clippers are doing to the Lakers what they did to them back in the 2000s, all of a sudden series don't matter no more. They don't want to say, oh, the Clippers have been beating up on the Lakers and been better. They want to say, oh, how many championships you have. Basically giving them no respect, giving them no credit for being a good team. I don't care how the rivalry is. If a team is good, give that team credit. The Clippers have been busting up on the Lakers over the last 10 seasons, right? And that's just the truth. Kobe Bryant's my favorite player of all time. But he would say that if he was here, he would be honest, be like, yeah, the Clippers are better. I mean, basketball is basketball at the end of the day, man. They're better ran, they have a better organization, and they have less, it seems like they have less drama going on. But that's neither here or there. That was in the 2000s. Then you fast forward to the Lob City Clippers in about the mid 2010s, or yeah, about 2013, about 2015. This team right here, you had Chris Paul, who was traded from I don't know if he was traded or he's a free agent, but he went to the Clippers, I believe, in 2014 or 2013, one of the two. Somebody correct me if I'm wrong. But Chris Paul, the middle guy, the point guard, the general. They drafted Blake Griffin for the Clippers, their guy on the right side, number 32. And then they got DeAndre Jordan, their big man, athletic guy in the post. So this team had a lot of promise as well. They were an exciting team. This is around the time that the Lakers were getting beat in head-to-head matchups against the Clippers. Salute, Bubba. He said, I don't know how you call the 2000 Clippers exiting when they were losing. It was exciting to watch losing basketball. What I'm saying is the basketball they play, they were up and down, a lot of alley-oops, a lot of fast break dunks and stuff like that. That was exciting to watch. But they were losing games. Like they weren't winning games. They would lose. They would win probably like 20 to 30 games a year. Like countlessly. That's bad. But it got more and more better for the Clippers because they started, establishing a real team. I mean, this right here is a pretty solid team right there when you talk about as far as a trio, because talent-wise, the Clippers had the talent to win and go to the finals. They had a chance to go to the finals many times. They lost to teams like the Spurs. They lost to teams like the Rockets. They lost to teams like Oklahoma City Thunder. They were just never able to get over the hump. You know what I'm saying? They was never able to get over the hump and, get past the second round. You know what I mean? And that was very disheartening to a lot of Clipper fans because they're like, man, we're waiting for a championship. We can't even get out past the second round. We can't even get to the conference finals. And how we're losing these series is some of them are actually out of our hands because of, guys like Doc Rivers, who's blowing 3-1 leads at the time. Y'all remember back in 2015 when they blew that 3-1 lead to Houston. Had they just won one more game, they would have went to the conference finals, and they probably could have got to the finals. Like I said, they had all the tools. They had all the tools to get to the finals. But when you have a coach like this who doesn't make adjustments, who's not good with his X's and O's, who's a great motivator. He's a great, rah, 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 pep talk type of dude. But he's not going to really be a coach that's going to draw up something when you actually need a play, or you're going to, actually, put you in a position to be successful. And he doesn't know how to actually stop the bleeding. Like calling a timeout and actually settling your guys again, like stuff like that are what Doc Rivers' weaknesses are. But since he won this championship in Boston, which I thought was probably one of the most overrated championships of all time as far as the coach is concerned, who shouldn't get much credit because you had a trio with KG, Paul Pierce, and Ray Allen. You go to the Clippers and you have like about 7-8 years with a team that you really shouldn't have that long of a tenure with. But how many leads you've blown? You never get into the conference finals. You've had talent all over the place, but you never seem to capitalize on it. Right? And this is what the Clipper fans have had to, deal with. They had to deal with Chris Paul going down with injury. You know what I'm saying? Chris Paul has a history of injury, and he would get injured at the wrong time. I think he got injured in that series against Houston when they blew that 3-1 lead. And this is about the time, this is in 2015, when they actually were very, very competitive. And they had all the talent. They had shooters. They had athleticism. They had length. They had the point guard. They had everything to get to the finals on paper. A lot of times, like what people are saying now, the Clippers have everything on paper to win, but something always seems to come up and happen. You know what I'm saying? There's always something that seems to come up and happen at just the wrong time. For whatever reason, I don't know. Something just always seems to come up. But that was the Lob City Clippers. And then you fast forward to now Kawhi and PG Clippers. Y'all keep hitting that like button, y'all. Y'all keep hitting that like button. Get the notifications out so you can get more people in the video. Now, we all know what happened in the bubble, man. We all know what happened in the bubble back in 2020. The Clippers, again, were on their way to go to the NBA, to the Western Conference Finals and face the LA Lakers in the bubble. They're up 3-1 against the Denver Nuggets, a team that, had not had any success yet because, the guys like Nikola Jokic and Jamal Murray, who were somewhat solid, but never really, they had not had no really DNA. They end up blowing a 3-1 lead to them. And it really, even to this day, that 3-1 lead blow actually haunts the Clippers fans right now to this day. Because now you have a situation where these guys can't seem to shake off that ghost of that bubble. That bubble has pretty much put a bad sour taste in many Clipper fans out, as well as it's really put a bad taste in everybody else's mouth who's an NBA fan, that they can't be trusted. The Clippers cannot be trusted. Now, you ask a person like me or somebody who actually follows the Clippers, I know what the Clippers have this year. I know the Clippers are not this ain't the same Clipper team with Blake Griffin, Chris Paul and DeAndre Jordan, who had, problems internally. This ain't the same Clipper team that had Doc Rivers, who is not an X's and O's type of coach, who doesn't know how to really galvanize his team. Right? This ain't the same guy. But people are going to continue to talk about this because, again, this is the most recent disappointment, and they had all the talent. Like we keep saying, on paper, when they have all the talent, they just for whatever reason, it just doesn't get put together. You know what I'm saying? It could be because of injury. Now, y'all know what happened to Kawhi Leonard back in 2021. He tears his ACL at the wrong time. Like I'm telling you, the Clippers were on their way to the conference finals and the NBA finals. And he tears his ACL in the second round against the Utah Jazz. At the time that him and PG just seems to be clicking, he goes out with a torn ACL, completely freak accident out of nowhere. Now, the reports at the time was saying that it was just a sprain, a knee sprain. I thought at the time it was too. But then I'm like looking at, okay, well, he ain't came back after game 5, after game 6. He ain't come back after game 7. Okay, he'll be back for the conference finals. He doesn't come back for game 1, 2, 3, right? The Clippers went after game 3, and then 4. Here comes 4 and 5. The Clippers lose 1 out of 2 of those games. They're down 3-2. And then there was a report saying that, before game 6, that Kawhi Leonard might be back. But at that time, I already kind of gave up hope because, you waited this long to come back. It's not really feasible. But they would have had Kawhi Leonard for the conference finals. They would have went to the NBA finals. But this is another example of what people call this Clipper curse. Things happening at the wrong time. Paul George last year, hurting his elbow, tearing his UCL, an injury that nobody in basketball even gets. Your area in your elbow. Nobody even tears nothing like that. That's a baseball injury. He gets this injury within, I believe, I want to say like 26 games in the season. And he goes out. And this was the Clippers. When Kawhi was out, the Clippers were still a top 4 seed with Paul George. So they would have had a chance to make the playoffs, not have to go through the play-in. And had they went to the playoffs, I believe they would have gave Kawhi enough time to get back in form. Another example. Okay, well, Paul George comes back, right? PG comes back after that torn UCL injury. He's playing. He comes back against the Utah Jazz like later on that season, which was last year. He's playing great, right? And then they get a seat into the play-in tournament, right? They play against Minnesota the first game. They lose that game. Minnesota, okay, fine. It was a toss-up because Minnesota was no slouch team. You had Pat Beverly, who was a former Clipper, who wanted to beat the Clippers. You had their home crowd, so they was okay. They lost the game, whatever. But then before the game against their second game against New Orleans Pelicans, y'all remember what happened? That Paul George gets tested positive for COVID. I remember that morning. I was so amped up for that game because I'm like, we're gonna beat the Pelicans and we're gonna get the Suns because I wanted revenge on them. But then it comes out that Paul George is out with COVID. What is the chances of that happening? That just happens out of nowhere that he just catches COVID. There was no cases of COVID, people catching it at this time. This was just earlier this year. The cases were not being reported like they were last season. But all of a sudden that PG catches COVID. He doesn't feel well after the Minnesota game. It could have been anybody else. I don't want to push out nobody, but it could have been anybody else. But it had to be the best player on the court on our team to get sick with this. And then, of course, y'all notice the rest that the Clippers get eliminated by the New Orleans Pelicans. So one after another opportunity just blown, and it's not even in the hands of the players. Sometimes it's just an unfortunate situation. Y'all keep hitting that like button, y'all. It's just an unfortunate situation at times, man. But if I look at also the ownership of the Clippers, while I feel like this curse is not that this curse is still valid, because if you look at the people who was in ownership at the time, y'all remember this man right here, Donald Sterling on the right? He was the guy that was the Clippers owner back in he was before Steve Ballmer was the guy that's the owner right now of the Clippers. This was their former owner, Donald Sterling. Now, I'm gonna keep it short, but because I don't know if people know the backstory, but apparently Donald Sterling had a phone conversation with his girlfriend at the time, which is on the left of him. I don't remember her name. I'm not gonna look it up, but there was a phone conversation that was recorded where there was Donald Sterling making some racial comments about Black and Hispanic people. Of course, that went viral, and everybody lost all their shit. They were just being like, basically like, this guy needs to be taken out the league, all that stuff. So that's what the Clippers had to deal with as well. A bad owner who didn't want to spend any money, who didn't care about the team, who was just there just because, he wanted to show off to his rich billionaire friends. He doesn't care about basketball, no emotional passion. And then you put on top of it that you're prejudiced against people of color. So it was just, again, you had bad leadership. But then here comes Mr. Ballmer, Steve Ballmer, the billionaire owner right now at Microsoft, the richest owner in sports. He takes over the Clipper organization. And now all of a sudden the team turns around. They start getting, their two best players, Kawhi and PG, the two best players in my opinion of all time with the Clippers. They started, getting some success by getting to the conference finals, the Western Conference Finals last season. And then, of course, to make matters even better, they signed Jerry West. They bring Jerry West, former Laker great, as an executive. You know what I'm saying? As an executive, they bring in Jerry West. And ever since Mr. West has been with the Clippers in 2019, things have been trending up. Things have been trending up for the Clippers in the last 2-3 seasons, vice versa in past history. You know what I'm saying? And they're about to get their new arena next year, next season. Not this season, the next season after. They're going to have their new arena built in Inglewood. So they're making strides. Wherever, actually, I'm not going to say they've already made strides to be a team self-established. So I don't believe, first of all, people say, is this Clipper curse real? I don't believe it's real. I'm going to tell you the main reason it's not real, because the Clippers made the conference finals last season or 2 seasons ago. The Clippers have never sniffed the conference finals ever. But the fact that they did goes to show you that there's, first of all, I don't believe in curse like that anyway. When it comes to this, I just don't believe in it. I believe, eye for an eye, you know what I'm saying? You goes around, comes around. I remember, treat people how you want to be. I believe in all that. But when it comes to stuff like, oh, it's a curse, that's why they ain't made to the finals, man. It's the curse. The Clippers they're cursed. Like, I don't buy into all that, man. I don't. At some point, it's gonna be where you're gonna get your just due if you're really, if you're deserving of it. You're gonna get your just due. That's called the energy of the word. That's just the law of attraction. What is yours will be yours. What is for you will be for you. And no curse against you upon you can stop it. If the Clippers are destined to win a championship, that's what's going to happen. And I believe it's going to happen next season. I feel like they've made already strides to get to the conference finals. Next year will be the NBA finals. And then it'll be a championship. Right? But let me go ahead and drop this link for y'all, man. And let's see what y'all think. Do y'all think that the Clippers are a cursed organization? Do y'all see the Clippers trending up, or do y'all see the Clippers, staying stagnant? Do y'all see them win the championship? Do y'all see them constantly, being great? I believe in this team, man. I believe in this organization. I believe in the ownership. I believe in the coaching of Ty Lue. I believe in the direction they're going. I truly do. They have, championship, caliber. People say they don't have championship DNA. That's not true. Jerry West is a champion, and one of the best, probably the best when it comes to evaluating talent. Ty Lue's a champion. He won a championship with LeBron in Cleveland. Kawhi's won 2 championships. So they have championship DNA with the Clippers, man. It's just a matter of them actually getting it and getting the championship done and not allowing no curse to stop what they got going on. So yeah. But I really do hope though that they find a way to like get this done sooner rather than later. I'm talking about getting this championship, because I'm telling you, man, I'm getting sick and tired of hearing, Laker fans constantly bagging on the Clippers and talking about the Clippers never won nothing and all that, which they haven't. Let's be honest, they haven't won a championship. But what I get kind of annoyed with is that the Clippers, they've been whooping on the Lakers like no other, and they know it. and yet they still be talking like, oh, what have the Clippers done? They've been whooping up on y'all. That's what they've done. I mean, if they're so bad, why can't y'all beat them? Why can't y'all beat this sad organization, man? If they are so bad, why can't y'all beat these niggas? You know what I'm saying? You might want to be quiet. If a team is constantly whooping up on you over and over and over, you might want to just shut your mouth because you sound like a buster constantly making fun of a team that constantly beats you over all the time. You might want to be quiet. What's good, Bruce?
Hey man, how you doing? How was your day?
Oh man, I'm good, brother. How about yourself?
I'm all right. I'm glad it's the weekend. Um, gonna relax a little bit. Um, I don't believe in curses. I think the only entity that can curse people or beings is God. Um, there could be curses if you allow yourself, like if you limit yourself, that could be your curse. So maybe Dollar Sterling was had a bad aura on the Clippers, and Clippers needed a new direction. That's
Mm,
why they struggled. Because
mm,
when you hear about the stories of the Clippers, because when I was a kid, Clippers were, I mean, when you want to talk trash to your friend at school, even though I was in another country, they would say, "Oh, are you a fan of the Clippers or whatever?" Because you were used to make fun of the guy. But I don't think Donald Sterling was interested in winning. It was like a cash cow for him. And there are still owners like this right now. So I don't think the Clippers had an unfortunate owner. That's why you could say that was the curse. So what happened in the bubble was like it was unfortunate. I don't think the Clippers had players who didn't want to be there mentally. They were there physically, but they didn't want to be there mentally. And if you're not there as a team, you're not gonna win. Some players wanted to play, others didn't want to play. They just showed on the court. Montrez didn't want to play because I know the NBA was gonna fine you or something if you didn't show up or something. So I think some players didn't want to lose their money. You know, key players on the Clippers didn't want to play. That's why they lost in the bubble. Even though they won and they went up 3-1, and unfortunately, it went badly because of bad coaches, bad coaching, and players didn't want to be there. Um, so, and I think that some Lakers fan they don't want Clippers to succeed, so they want to extend that fake thing about curses. There's no curse. There's no Clippers curse. It's either you have the team and you get it done. If you
mm,
think in cursing, if you think in curses, you're not you, Clippers never gonna win if they think there's a curse. And I don't think
mm.
Kawhi believe in curses the way that he is.
Right, right, and you're absolutely right about the Lakers. They don't want to see the Clippers win because they see them as a threat. Because, like I said before, they weren't worried about the Clippers before in the 2000s because the Clippers weren't good. So the Lakers always used to beat up on them head to head. But they count Lakers fans count that all day. Like, oh, we run the Clippers, we run LA because we always beat them every time we play them. But it's funny now that the Clippers are doing it to them in this decade. Oh, season series don't matter. So really, it's a lot of hypocrisy. But my thing is if you can't beat them, if they're so bad, why can't y'all beat them? If they're the strippers and there ain't nothing, then why can't y'all beat this team? So I just say to Laker fans who you constantly use that line, oh well, you know, how many championships have you won? You sound misinformed because it's not a good thing. You're actually making it worse for yourself because what you're basically saying is if you think the Clippers ain't nothing and y'all constantly lose to them, what does that make you guys? I mean, granted, y'all have the history, y'all have all that going, but that's not has nothing to do with this current team, this current situation, this current front office, the current ownership. Like, it's not like this ain't like the old days. This ain't like the 2010s. This ain't like the 80s. This ain't like the 60s. Ain't like this. Like this ain't none of that. This is a new team in the 2020s, which seems to have a lot of people in that front office who don't know what they're doing, and they got agent star in LeBron James, an injury-prone player in Anthony Davis, a guy in Russell Westbrook who they just constantly always make fun of. Like there's a lot of turmoil, a lot of drama going on with the Lakers.
And unfortunately, the Clippers had a lot of talent. They just didn't have management, and you can tell because you see a lot of good Clippers players. They go to the Lakers and they succeed. For example, Lamar Odom, don't right? Lamar Odom, like Ron Harper. Ron Harper used to play for the Clippers. People forgot that, and he went to the Lakers and he won as well. You know, and there's a lot of it's because the Clippers, if they want to say curse, I think Donald Sterling was the curse.
Mm.
Okay, because a lot of great players didn't want to play for the Clippers. If you
Right.
get traded there, okay, and players didn't have a lot of power, so they just. But they Clippers drafted a lot of great players. They just didn't. There was something bad going on with the Clippers.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. It was just a lot of misdirection, man. Like there's no real ownership. From the top bottom, it was just bad. I mean, you had a guy in Donald Sterling who did not even care about basketball, who did not look at this team as you know, people that he wouldn't care about. Steve Ballmer, from what I understand, the Clipper fans love him and the Clipper players love him. Like
Yes.
he's really for the organization. He wants to see this team grow. And then you talking about this man got money, man. That think about it. He probably giving them some perks for winning this championship
Mm.
coming up. So you add a Jerry West to that team who's a basketball genius. It's like, man, this ain't the same Clipper team, man. And it's only a matter of time before they start winning these championships. It's only a matter of time. It's just like again, it's just they just have to be healthy, man. These injuries at the wrong time.
We can also talk about, I don't know if you might probably know this already, but the Red Sox, they couldn't win nothing. They always losing. And then one day, the Yankees were leading 3-zip, and then came back and then the Red Sox won a lot of World Series. Just like the Chicago Cubs.
Mm,
They didn't win for like centuries. And then they won. So Clippers are due. Clippers are due.
right.
I don't
They
believe
are.
in curses. I don't believe in curses.
I don't believe in them either. I don't believe in curses. I don't believe in, white magic and black magic. I don't believe in none of that stuff. Black cat or splitting the pole. I don't believe in none of those superstitions, man. That's all witchcraft. It's all
If
witchcraft.
life is already putting shackles on us, we cannot create other things to put ourselves on more shackles.
Right.
So I don't believe in curses. And it's not the same players that have been there forever. It's not the same players that have been there. So there's no Clippers curses. It's just injuries and bad things happen. And I was reading all the time they talking about bubble 3-1 lead, 3-1 lead. That's all I see Lakers fans bring to the Clippers. That's all they bring.
Yeah, that's all they have to bring. I mean, you can't. I'm like, man, I'm telling you that bubble really put a shackle. I'm gonna use your word, shackle, on the Clippers' progression, man, because that's the main. That's they get out of jail free card. The Clippers, they blew a 3-1 lead. Even though the Lakers, like, they can look as bad as they looked the last 2 years, but the Clippers, they gonna always have that 3-1 lead card. They're gonna always have that in their back pocket, and they're always gonna have the Clippers ain't won a championship yet. So, yeah, you're right. That's what they constantly use, and it's sad, but at the end of the day, bro, like if the Clippers come out and win this championship, man, like all that stuff will be forgotten. All of it. What up, E?
Salute, DJ, panel. What's good with y'all?
Yeah, man.
Salute, bro. Salute. But
hey, you know what? That like we mentioned the other night, bro. The Clippers do, like you just said. You know what I'm saying? The Clippers are due, but guess what? Not next year though.
Oh no, they got it next year, bro. It's gonna be a war between us two, man. It's gonna be a war for sure.
I want them, but because they're getting their stadium in 2024, 25, 23.
Yeah, right in Inglewood.
Yeah, see, that's when, and that's going to be the birth of the LA Clippers as like one of the best teams, like LA. Like it's going to be their own stadium. They don't have to be up under the Lakers, you know what I'm saying, umbrella and shit. So I think that's when they're going to like dominate that decade. Like in my opinion, it might happen like that.
Right, and this is, bro. I'm telling you, it just looks like when they took the Staples Center off the thing, bro. It just everything died. Like the history died. The same glamour died. All that shit died. They changed it to the crypto, man. It's like it don't even feel the same, bro. Like when I went to the crypto, I'm like, bro, it don't even feel the same.
Right, that shit was crazy. It started off as the Great Western Forum. It's historic. Then they changed to the state. Other historic. Now the crypto, they ain't did nothing but losing. It's in the crypto.
Wasn't the Forum another building?
You said what?
That was
the Forum was another building.
The Great Western Forum was another building. You're right. They built the Staples. It was right across the street though.
Yeah.
Right.
But still, if they changing the motherfucking crypto, bro, that shit cursed, bro. You want to talk about a curse, bro? The curse is on the Lakers, bro.
Exactly. That's what I'm trying.
I'm a Laker fan. That's coming from a real Laker fan, like the real Laker fan. But when LeBron came, I said, I'm cool. That's why I hope he don't try to come to the Warriors. So I nigga don't come to none of my squads, bro. Period.
Wait, you are a Lakers fan?
And I'm a Laker Warrior in Chicago, bro. Ever since I was 5 to 7 years old.
Lakers Warriors Chicago. Wow.
I know a motherfucker be like, yeah, you got hella teams, bro. But I always been a motherfucking Laker fan. And Warriors, that was my hometown team. And then Chicago because of Jordan. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, everybody loves Chicago.
Right. So I ain't never hopped off a bandwagon though.
If those three are playing the same day, which one are you gonna watch?
It depends on who on the squad though. Like I'm gonna always fuck with Curry. You know what I'm saying?
No,
and the Lakers,
next season, or which one you gonna watch?
I'm gonna watch everybody.
If they're playing at the same time. If
they playing at the same time, yeah, I'm gonna be flipping back and forth. Have you seen one of my videos where I do like 2 games at one time? DJ, you see me do that shit, right? Where I'm flipping back and forth.
My bro be on it, man. He be on it, man. He don't be playing no games, bro.
See, I be doing some
everybody-
weird shit, bro.
but-
I'm a basketball fan, period. I watch every game, bro. I'm flipping every channel. When it's a commercial, go to the next game. When it's a commercial on that one, go to the next game.
Right. That's how it be. But you know, it's crazy because, like I said, Clippers are the only team that didn't get a chance to leave the bubble, bro. This shit put a monkey wrench on everything. The whole plan just went down. I mean, people talk about cursing. Man, this team was cursed.
Yeah.
Sorry ass Utah Jazz is the cursed team, but they got a chance to leave the bubble. But unfortunately, you know, we had to, you know, sit in there and just be like, hear Pandemic P for a full year, and Kawhi got degenerate knees and all that, man. We had to hear that for a full year.
Full year, bro. And then motherfuckers talking about that Ty Lue said he might not even be ready to start this season. I don't know where these reports are coming from, bro.
I heard that bullshit. Listen, this is what I hear. I heard from PG himself. He said Kawhi looks good. He looks ready. He looks mid-season form, and he looks like Kawhi. So it could be a toss. What I hear when I heard Ty Lue say, you know, he doesn't know. I mean, that's just be honest. He doesn't know. But he can be just saying that just so people don't know what's going on, because
exactly, and that's what I was thinking too. You know, the media tactics. I'm gonna tell you something, but it's probably a totally opposite of what I said.
Bro,
they don't keep asking them about it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I want to tap in. I know Ticket and then we're talking about it earlier, but Ticket and Elder. But I kind of just was like, nah, because you know I've already been on with Ticket before, but it's like the reports they constantly be saying, like they say, like it's the final. We still got 2 months left until the season starts, bro. Like you can't be judging him right now. Like wait until opening night to see if he gonna play or not. But it just seemed like to me they already ruling like this dude ain't gonna play, and I'm like, man, if PG says that he looks like Kawhi, bro, I am pretty damn sure he's going to play.
Right, they just want to be right, bro, because he could have came back last year. Like, you know what I'm saying? It was reported that if they would have went to the finals that year, that he would have played in the finals.
Bruh, thank you. Thank you. If the Clippers would have went and actually got to the playoffs, bro, there'll be a chance he would have been back.
That's what I'm saying. I don't understand how they be saying shit. They just be hating, bro. Motherfucker will say anything to create a narrative to get people to follow that shit, bro. Period.
Bro, man, I mean, I can get, like, I know why, because they Laker fans. So, like I said, my last, like, real Laker fans do not like Clipper fans. I mean, you are objective, so you different, but for the most part, Laker fans don't like Clipper fans, and they'll actually make up shit just to, you know, make them look bad, bro. Like, I was like, bro, y'all capping now. Y'all just making false reports.
Yeah.
Y'all making false reports, you know, on some shit that y'all don't even know. Y'all not even part of the Clipper, or like, what y'all ain't even part of the Clipper family.
Sources, huh?
At all, bro. Like, I'm like, bro, if y'all don't even have real sources with the Clippers, so where y'all getting this info from?
Yeah.
I don't think Clippers fan share bad news about the Lakers.
Bro, like, we don't.
Other than they didn't drag them motherfuckers for the last 32 games.
Bruh, yeah, we don't.
What's their record? What's their last? How many wins they got, bro? In the last what?
I'm saying that Clippers man, they don't share bad news about Lakers.
Like, no. Like, they focus on Clippers shit.
Bad news.
Bro, we don't care about that. Like we focus on what we got going on over here. But like I just said earlier, I was like, basically, you know, because you was the Lakers fans and everything. I was Kobe fan. I was a big Kobe Bryant fan. That's my guy.
You already know that's my guy. Right.
That was my guy. But the thing was, like, you know, back in the 2000s, the Lakers used to always whoop up on the Clippers. Like, they never had a chance. That was their little brother. So, of course, you're going to be, like, not threatened. But now...
And you know why that Kobe had something personal against the Clippers, and you know why he did.
Yeah, they passed him on that. That was stupid, bro. I'm like,
after they said he had the best workout out of anybody. Come on, bro. Really,
bro. And did you know the reasoning they gave? Because they said that he was an 18-year-old kid. They couldn't draft the 18. I'm like, bro, y'all sound stupid.
All the people was going to the NBA out of high school who turned out to be garbage and hell of shit. So I don't want to hear it.
Yeah, bro. But I mean, that's just how it roll, man. Like they used to be sorry, but now that they grown up and they getting their own arena, they got rid of Donald Sterling, they got their stars, and they're like now they
Right.
constantly talking that side talk to us, bro. But it is what it is. We gotta
Yeah,
get the
Well,
that's gonna
championship.
people. Hey, when they get that stadium, bro, watch how many free agents during that time period. You know what I'm saying? Gonna go to the Clippers and probably not even the Lakers. You know what I'm saying? Because the
I want
energy,
to.
it's a different energy.
I want the Clippers to get rid of that mascot. That bird that's terrible, man. And I'm
Oh,
sorry.
you don't like man? I love our mascot, bro. I'm
Hold
not
on,
No,
what's
surprised you don't
y'all
like it.
mascot?
We got a bird. I forgot the name of
no,
him. Chuck.
no, man.
Chuck. That's
Is
his name.
it?
Chuck the bird. Yeah, he
What?
cool, man. Y'all
No.
didn't see the video when Reggie Jackson was dancing with him? Like he, yeah, he cool,
That
man.
Ah,
Chuck
mascot has
okay.
to
cool.
go, man. That's the second ugliest mascot behind the baby of New Orleans, man.
Hey, man. I mean, how you call them ugly when they ain't even showing their face?
Um,
It's a uniform, bro.
no, the
Okay.
mascot. The mascot is ugly.
Oh well, I mean, he cool with the fans, so I'm cool with him, bro. I
Uh,
ain't got nothing against him.
the
Yeah, it's
ma-
all good.
Chuck the Condor. Come on, man.
Who's the deepest team in the league? I think it's the Clippers, in my opinion. I really
Yeah,
do.
it's how that's how I see it. The Warriors are the champs, so I put them as the favorites because that's just protocol. But I'm very confident in my
Oh yeah,
squad.
we deep though. We deep too, but the Clippers are deep, deep.
Wait,
Well,
the Lakers are deep. Are you saying the
No
Lakers are deep?
Clippers. No
Oh,
Clippers.
okay. I'm sorry.
yeah, the Clippers are right there, and then um there's really that's just it, bro. As far as deepness, as far as the teams that are gonna be nice, you got of course the Mavs, you got the
The Celtics.
Pelicans,
The Celtics are deep.
Pelicans.
yeah,
Celtics. Yeah,
the
Celtics
Celtics.
added depth. Celtics added depth. Yeah.
Pelicans are deep, but I don't like their point guards. But,
You don't
You
like
said the
CJ?
Pelicans?
I no, the Pelicans are deep, but the point guard position is questionable.
I
Uh
think CJ playing point.
yeah, they gonna have CJ and then Jose Alvarado
Uh,
backing him up.
if CJ is point, they're not gonna win. He cannot play point.
You don't think so?
No, he cannot play point.
CJ got some of the best handles in the league.
No. That's why. He's the reason why they lost against the Sun. They were a better team than the Sun.
Bruce
Valanciunas was
say,
dominating. What's the guy name? I don't think he's talented of the Suns. The one who just signed the money. I forgot his name.
DeAndre Ayton.
Yeah, Valanciunas was dominating the other end.
Yeah, that's facts.
And Mikal Bridges could not guard Ingram. Ingram was dominating him.
Yeah, I don't think too many people can fuck with English.
That dude's just long, man. He's just long. He's just a long nigga. Like I was mad at. I'm not gonna lie. I was mad at Coach Ty Lue for that because if y'all remember watching that game, he had Terrence Mann on Ingram, and I'm like, bro,
Yeah, he don't have no shot. He too small.
he's too small. He's too short. He had like went 5 for 5 from the field like in the first quarter. I'm like, bro, put Nico Batum on him, and
Yeah,
then
they should have put Nicholas Batum.
and they put Batum on him. That's when we start, making Bi frustrated. And you should have put Terrence Mann on CJ. That's what you
Right.
should have done at the beginning.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, but I don't think the Clippers they wasn't trying to win last year. That it's like because they knew, like, you know what I'm saying, they wasn't at full strength. So they was banged up. So they were just like, man, we gonna chalk it, let New Orleans get in, and then we'd be back next year.
yeah, I want to smoke with everybody next year, bro. We the Nuggets, the Suns, the Pelicans, the T-Wolves. I want to
We
smoke with
owe
all of them.
Kawhi. It'd be so bittersweet to stop him from going to the finals. We owe his ass from 2019.
Oh, we
So
gonna get y'all running.
you think the Warriors gonna repeat?
I do. I feel like the Warriors repeat.
So I think Warriors is your team then. That's your main team.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, Chicago gonna make noise in the East though.
Yeah,
Fully
with
healthy, because when they was fully healthy, they was teetering around first place last year.
Yeah, Chicago they gonna be nice.
I don't know about your center.
Vucevic.
Yeah.
Yeah,
He
no,
only wants
a
to
little
shoot
tall.
threes. The
Pau
guy is
Gasol.
he only wants to shoot
Yeah.
threes.
Exactly. Get your ass in that post. I don't. But these big men today, bro, they make me so angry.
When he
Yeah,
first
they
started in Orlando, he was so talented by the rim. Now he
Yeah, he
only wants to
was.
shoot threes.
Exactly. I agree with that.
that's because of Steph Curry, man. He did that shit. He. That's how influential he is. That's why. I mean,
Yeah, that's true.
it's like, bro, you made centers shoot. Man, centers never shoot threes. They used to get pulled out the game for shooting threes. Now you guys, it's a good thing to shoot threes if you're a center.
Mm.
So, oh, I meant to tell y'all too, man. I got a confirmation I just came up today. I think in the next 3 to 5 years, I'm gonna show y'all who I think the best player gonna be. Hold on, I'm gonna pull it up right now.
Uh-oh.
1 second.
Here we go.
Nah, it's good. It's good. I think y'all gonna like this. I think y'all gonna like it. I think he's gonna be the best player in the next 3 to 5 years.
Anthony Edwards.
You say what?
Anthony Edwards.
Oh my gosh, you read my mind, bruh.
That's the player you're gonna say, Anthony Edwards.
Anthony Edwards, bruh. He gonna be the best player in the NBA in 3 to 5 years.
He's all right.
He all right. That boy is Jordan. That boy is Jordan when he was before Jordan.
Did you see? I mean, Jordan they would not make that defensive play, that lack of defensive play that he made.
Hey,
Ja went to the line.
I can't argue with that. His IQ is not where it needs to be, but again, he's only 21. But he got everything else. That man got a shot. He got handles. His athleticism is through the roof. His vertical, his speed and quickness. He's coachable. He plays both ways. He's 6'5". Like, bro, I can go on and on. That dude, man.
I can tell you how many plays that he did that make the Timberwolves lost. He had a wide open person under the basket, and he just pulled a three for no reason. I was watching him and I was like, what the heck are you doing?
Yeah, he be shooting like he at the park. I ain't gonna lie. That Memphis series, he was shooting like he was at the park. But
I mean, it looks like a young Jordan.
Bro, I mean, because you already know said LaMelo better. I don't think so. I think because LaMelo don't play D. Like Anthony Edwards will actually play defense, and I think he's more of a gamer.
If Anthony Edwards is not careful, he's gonna be another Carmelo. Underachieved.
What you think, E? I think E went off.
I don't think he's serious. Oh, he left. Okay.
Yeah.
I don't think he's serious about basketball yet.
You know what? I thought the same thing when he came in, but what I think it is I think basketball comes easy to him. So he just, from what I understand, he can rap, he can sing, he can play basketball, he can play golf, he's just talented over everything. So people like that who are gifted, they may find something boring because it just comes easy to them, but doesn't mean they don't work hard at it.
He said it too. He said the basketball is too easy. I don't take it serious.
Well, I mean, that's what I'm saying. Like, I just think he says that as in, like, you know, I'm so good, but also that's something where he's very confident in his ability. He does the work. Like, I mean, he talked about last year in the playoffs. He's like, yeah, I put the work in. But I mean, I just think he one of them people, man, are just gifted and he can just do whatever.
And you know who was good for him in Minnesota?
Pat Beverly.
Yeah. He was way better when Pat Beverly was here last season than the season before. And the Timberwolves made a stupid mistakes because everywhere Pat Beverly goes, you will see him.
Yeah. I can't lie. That was They should have kept him. What you think, E?
Yeah, I agree. So that just means that it's more onus. It's more onus going to fall on the hands of Anthony Edwards. He's going to have to kind of fill in on that emotional defender type role for Minnesota. Because I remember they interviewed him on ESPN and he made a statement. He said, "I'm the best defensive player in the league." He said that.
Yeah, that's why I said. That's why I don't know what he's talking about. He's saying Edwards don't play deep, bro. He plays D. He plays defense. I
Yeah,
mean,
he played D though, but to make a statement like that, bro, you ain't won nothing. Like you ain't
right.
did nothing on defense. You ain't made no all NBA defensive teams, none of that. So for you to just be coming out talking, see, that's what I don't like when these players be talking. Just be humble. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Go out, put the work in, let your game do the talking, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I feel that. That's one of the reasons I'm not that big on Ja because he talked too much. And really about Ant though, like from what I understand with Ant, like he kind of comes off as he seems humble. I just think he was saying that as in a way like to give him that motivation. But I get what you're saying too, like you gotta win. But I don't think he meant it as a a slight to anybody else. He's looking at it like, okay, my motivate. But that nigga Ja, bro, he just be talking.
They just be talking.
I didn't think the Warriors. He didn't even deserve a game against the Warriors, man. I'm like, bro. I think Draymond. He got Draymond. He baited Draymond into that nonsense, bro.
Right.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you going back and forth with him. He tweeted and said, "Oh, Draymond, we got what we wanted." I'm like, no, nigga, he got what you wanted.
Ain't no need. Yeah, he got what he wanted. He said we got TV games. It's just like, bro, just go out and like try to prove that you're one of the best point guards in the league. All that cocky and arrogant shit. Be humble, bro. That's all. That's all it comes down to. And these players, but you know what? These players don't know. They're not taught, and they don't take classes on how to handle the media. You know what I'm saying? So that's why they get themselves in trouble when these reporters and these analysts and shit ask them questions. They don't know how to answer the questions. They take the bait every time, bro. You have to understand, like, if somebody's asking you who the best and who the best is, just be like, man, you know what? Don't take the bait. It's a easy way to answer certain questions that's asked. Like, you know what I'm saying? They be getting in trouble.
Right.
I think the Timberwolves and the Warriors showed how to guard Ja Morant. I think it's gonna be worse next season.
Yeah, remember I told you, Bruce, that I said I'm not big on him. Like I'm sorry. Like I would pick Donovan Mitchell over him. I think Donovan Mitchell's better than Ja Morant.
Yeah, I mean Donovan Mitchell is better offensively. He has more tools. And Ja Morant is mostly go to the basket, go to the left. And now he has a little bit of three. But I think his number one asset is talking. So again.
Yeah, bro. And it's one thing for you to talk, bro, but like do that when you win something or you win a championship, or it ain't gotta be a champ, but like people actually know like who you are, like what you about, man. You can't just go off for one season doing that talking.
Yeah.
To be honest, bro, I think Russ might end up having a better season than LeBron next year. Like shooting percentage wise, I think LeBron probably I don't know if he's gonna have a good season next year, bro. I know it's a lot of expectation on him breaking the record, and I know he got an average motherfucking 27 points for 50 games, but for some reason I just feel like, you know what I'm saying, he's gonna be hampered by injury. You know what I'm saying? I just think it's time, bro. You can't escape Father Time. Like, you know what I'm saying? His body is slowly breaking down season by season anyway. Like, you know what I'm saying? Ever since he got to LA, he's been hampered by injuries that we never seen him endure in his career.
Right.
He's gonna be more injured now. He's gonna be more injured now next season.
Yeah, he needs to low manage. If anybody, he needs to low manage because I was watching him last year, logging them all the minutes, and I'm like, bro, that's how them injuries happen, like where non-contact, because your joints are just so impacted, like the wrong turn, or one wrong misdirection cut, like I mean, there goes your knee, there goes your ankle, there goes your calf. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? At 37, you ain't coming back from that.
And you know, LeBron has relied on his athleticism basically his whole career because he doesn't have, like, you know what I'm saying, the fancy footwork like the Kawhis and Kobe's and Paul George and, you know what I'm saying, all the other great players like that. Like, so he really has to rely on his physicality, his athleticism, you know what I'm saying, his quickness. So
Now he's playing like Steph Curry now. So
right now he want to shoot threes from half court when they down 30 in the fourth quarter in a game with 5 minutes left. What you doing?
I'm sorry, this guy copied a lot of stuff. He copied the Kobe
Is
dance.
a copycatter.
The lifting the leg. I saw Kobe did that first.
Yeah.
Now I think people are like, oh, it's LeBron. I said, come on.
Yeah. Did you peep when he was in Cleveland, right? No, I think it was Miami. Did you peep how he changed his free throw to try to do what Ray Allen do? Y'all need to pay attention to little shit, bro. When he wasn't shooting free throws and he was all in his head and he still don't shoot them at a you know what I'm saying, a high percentage for to be somebody who handled the ball and got the ball in their hand most of the time and be a good scorer like he is. Bro, he copies people's style, bro. I'm telling you, he's not original. You know what I'm saying? He be trying to do what emulate other people, and it's just like, bro, that's how I know. I'm like, bro, you ain't built like, you know what I'm saying? People can say Kobe copied MJ style, but Kobe kind of put a little bit of different twists on MJ style. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
The difference between Kobe and MJ, like MJ will try to, if the shot is not there, he's not gonna try. He's always gonna try to get the easiest shot.
Right.
Kobe is like, even if it's difficult, I'm gonna shoot it. I don't care.
Because he had confidence that he can make those shots. He practiced that shit.
Yeah, he took some bad shots. I'm like, nigga, that's a bad shot, and it goes in. I'm like, bruh, like, I guess that's Kobe, man.
That was Kobe, but he got a knock on that shit. But I'm like, it be motherfuckers do stupid shit all day, every day. Nobody say nothing about the turnovers LeBron be having when he be trying to be like Magic Johnson. So
yeah, and that's the biggest lie told, that he passes like Magic Johnson, bro. Like, he ain't nowhere near the passer like Magic Johnson. Right. He had nowhere near the vision of Magic Johnson.
Right.
So, but I mean, it's gonna be interesting, bro, to see what happens. But as far as this curse, bro, like, I don't think it's a curse. I just think, just like anything, some things you just can't control in life, and they're due for a championship, and they're gonna get it.
Right. Eventually, they're gonna get it. But as long as we got our core intact, bro, and the young guys, it's gonna be hard, bro.
That's fine. We want it hard. That's fine. We don't want no easy ring. We'll still go through the grind and get it. I just want my guys healthy. I want my guys healthy, bro, and then just throw the ball up and let's see what happens.
Yeah, me too, because it's good for the game, bro. When all the players are healthy, it's good for the game. What do y'all think about Paul George, bro? Is Paul George better than Luka Doncic? What do you got?
I think so.
I think so too.
I think, Bruce, go ahead. I'll let you answer, bro. You go first.
Here's the thing. Paul George is suffering from marketing. The NBA wants Luka to be the next new face of the league.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? Paul George defends better. He can shoot the three, and he passed the ball better. Like, he's a willing passer than Luka. Maybe because Paul George doesn't laugh, or and there's a sketchy story behind Paul George. I mean, Doc Rivers, whatever. So that's why Paul George is suffering from marketing. So, but Paul George is more talented, better shooting, and to me,
right.
But Kawhi, we talk about this already. They want a Caucasian guy to be the face of the league.
Right. The international guys are taking over the league.
Yeah, I'll double off that, bro. PG got the talent to be a top 5 player. I think, bro. I think he can be better than Kevin Durant because KD play one way of the ball. PG can play both ways.
Yeah.
PG more athletic. This dude probably has the smoothest handle for his size in the league, bro. He can do everything on the court, man. I've said it before. I think he's more talented than Kawhi. But it's just it's that mental, bro. Like
The mentality,
the mentality, bro. Like you gotta poke that nigga in the chest and be like, hey, like, bro, you that dude. Like, you gotta poke this nigga in the chest and be like, man, you know who you are, man. You top 5.
Hold on, where that nigga from? Where he from? He from LA too? What part of LA?
Bro, yeah, he from Palmdale High School. My big cousin went to Palmdale with him, played ball with him in Palmdale High School. Like PG from the city, but yeah, he from Palmdale, and Kawhi from Moreno Valley.
Okay.
So yeah, but like PG, I'm like, bro, like you got all the tools to just be top 5. It's just like Luka's the type of person though, like he knows he is like he wants to, he knows that who he is. Like he wants that smoke. Like that mentality at times sometimes would overshadow your skills. I mean, overshadow your game. Like PG got the athleticism, he got the scoring, he got the shooting, he got the defense, he got the handle, he got everything in his toolbox, but he be kind of like at times be a little bit unsure.
Yeah, second guessing himself.
PG is another Vince Carter. They have all the tools, but they don't want it. That's to me. That's me.
Bro, I already know Kawhi be telling him, man, like, bro, like literally, I don't look for me, ask me for permission, bro. You just go. Like just go, bro. Like you got it. Like I know he be telling that nigga, man.
Kawhi does it on the floor. Sometimes I see Kawhi waving at him, like go, waving at him. Because Paul George, when he gets the ball, he's looking for Kawhi. You know how many turnovers they had against the Nuggets? Because when PG had the ball and he was looking for Kawhi instead of going.
Yeah.
That's one of the reasons why they lost the 3-1 lead.
Bro,
I need PG to have a mentality of Scottie Pippen, because Scottie Pippen wasn't scared with Jordan and without Jordan. Scottie Pippen was the same player, bro. You know what I'm saying? And that's all a mentality.
Yeah.
Nah, Scottie Pippen mentality is different now. Now it's screwed. I mean,
no, now, yeah, but as a player though, he was that dude. People underrate Scottie, but Scottie was that dude. They didn't win, but they came close. They was still successful. They had, you know what I'm saying? They made that playoff run. They ended up losing. Shit.
Yeah. I mean, and PG got more tools than Scottie in his box.
Right. That's what I'm saying, bro. And might be a little taller.
Yeah, PG he a legit 6'9".
6'9". That boy had that growth spurt. Remember he had that growth spurt in Indiana?
Yeah, like grew like 3 inches.
Right.
Yeah, man.
I was like, damn.
Bruh. Dog, if his mentality matched his if it matched his game.
Right. Oh my goodness, he was scary good.
Bruh, he would be better than Kawhi. Yeah. I'm not putting it, bro.
That's real
literally, bro, if you watch Kawhi how he plays, bro, like, yeah, he gets to his spots, you know, he uses his size and his strength and all. Like, Kawhi's great. Mm-hmm. His greatness is there. Like, we already know what Kawhi is, bro. Mm-hmm. But I just look at Paul George, bro, like the game comes easier to him. You know how some of them niggas you grew up with just be like, man, these dudes ain't gotta really even.
And that was the thing right there. He just think he's too cool, bro. That's what it is. He think he's just that good where he don't really have to work for it. Like, you know what I'm saying? If he had that Kobe Bryant workers mentality where I want to be the best player ever.
Yeah, he's too cool.
You know what I'm saying? I don't think the motherfucker would be able to stop him, bro. Period.
Right. And what's funny is he said Kobe is his idol, or Kobe was his favorite player. So I'm like, bro, if you a Kobe fan, you already know about work.
Right. Don't disrespect Kobe name like that. Whoever idol Kobe, bro, put that work in there.
A lot of those players are like Kobe fan, and then I don't see it. Like Tatum still texting Kobe right now. So yes.
And Kobe still responding on some Tupac shit, huh?
Man, I'm like Tatum. I don't know how he gonna respond this year. I don't know how he
You
gonna
know me,
respond.
man. I'm on a record saying that Tatum was the best player in the league. Shit, I can't come up off of that. I know Curry got the title,
What?
but yeah.
Tatum is not the best player in the league, man.
I
Come
said
on,
that,
man.
bro. Real talk. I mean, I just believe that based off of
He-
everything that he can do offensively
He's
and
the
the
best
ability
player in
to
the
play
G
D
League.
and his ability to play D.
What? Come on, man. He only has 3 moves. 3 moves, man. 3 moves.
Who, Jason Tatum?
Yes.
Yeah, he could get to his shot though.
Can he go to the basket? Like when he goes to the basket, it's awkward. And when he makes it, I'm like, oh, I'm
Yeah, it's kind
surprised.
of awkward. He got to work on his post though. I want to see him develop a real post game.
It's step back 3 and the spin layup. Come on, man. And the dunk. That's all he has.
But we did see him drop a couple. We seen him drop some 60 pieces though. Real talk though.
Come on, man.
Yeah.
Hey, he's
I
better
think
than
it's
James Harden. Shit, he got way more in his bag than Harden do.
bro. Tatum is kind of like his mentality kind of like PG a little bit. He be second guessing. But look at this, bro. When I saw PG do this shit, I'm like, bruh. Like that was on Birdman, like one of the best shot blockers in the game. That dude dunked on him like he was his child.
Mm. I know PG would score more than 2 points against the Warriors in the second half.
Oh yeah, he would destroy them. He would destroy the Warriors. He would make Wiggins into
Yeah.
an average defender.
Man, Jason Tatum, the best player. Come on, man. Come on.
No, I think he was because he was looking like the best player because he's having the success. But when we saw the finals, it was just like
This guy is not better than Giannis, not better than Curry. Come on, man. There's a lot of people. He's not.
Hey, man, that's what his opinion, though, Bruce.
I mean, even if Kawhi hasn't played for years, he's not better than Kawhi. Come on, man.
Yeah, I don't think No, I think Kawhi is the best player. You already know how I feel.
I don't think Tatum is better than Wiggins.
Yeah, I don't think Tatum is better than Jimmy Butler.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't think he's better than Jimmy Butler.
Yeah, I think Jimmy Butler is top 5.
What?
Yes. I remember I said that, and Uncle said, "Oh no, KD," because I said because you had the topic with is KD still top 5, and I said I had Jimmy Butler over him.
Yeah, I don't think he's better than I don't think Jimmy Butler's top 5. I don't think he's top 5. Yeah, man. But I'm going to go ahead and end this live, man. Yeah, we did a good amount of time today, man. Got a lot done with this topic. But again, this is are the Clippers cursed? And Bruce, you said they are not. You don't believe in curses, right?
No, I don't believe in curses. I think the Clippers are due. There will be a parade in LA with Clippers gear.
Okay. Okay. All right.
Yes.
Well, we shall see what happens. And yeah, man, we will continue this conversation tomorrow with another topic.
Is it gonna still be Clippers?
Yeah, we got Clippers. Got 2 more days with the Clipper talk, and we'll be done.
Oh my God, that's another week.
Yeah, we'll be done. We'll be done Sunday.
Yeah. Oof. The month is almost over. Preseason is coming.
Yeah, I can't wait for it, bro. Cannot wait.
I may have to travel to a Clippers game next season if Kawhi. I'm gonna try to go to Clippers Warriors. I don't know if it's gonna be. I might take some time off to go to see that game.
Let me know. Let me know, cause get
Yes.
tickets. All right.
All right.
We'll talk later, man.
All right. Later.
Later. All right, y'all. That concludes the Pull Up Basketball Podcast. We talked about are the Clippers cursed? And of course, my man Bruce said no. I said no. Elise, my man, said no. If you guys do not know Elise, go and follow him on his YouTube page at Real Leezy. I will put that right here. This is his that's his avatar right there. Go follow my boy, the Real Elise, man. Does a lot of good work. With basketball, knows the game. Warrior fan, Laker fan, and I think he said Bull fan, but he knows his basketball, man, through and through. Y'all go follow that brother. And constantly, continuously check us out on the Pull Up Basketball Podcast. Like, share, subscribe all of our YouTube content. With that being said, pull up a seat, pull up a chair, pull it up. Peace. I like swimwear.